two of the fantasy baseball season, and he has a few pitchers out there this week. The first guy, Michael Wacha of the San Diego Padres. So last season was a great year for Michael Wacha with the Boston Red Sox, and surprisingly, it took a while for him in the offseason towards the end to sign a deal, and the Padres landed him, and so far he's been off to a decent start on the year. 12 innings pitched, 2-0 record, 12 strikeouts, a 3 ERA, and a 1 whip. So right now, Wacha, one great start and one mediocre start in the first two outings. April 1st versus the Rockies, 6 innings. Got the win, 2 strikeouts in that one. And then April 8th at Atlanta, 6 innings, got the win in that game, 10 strikeouts, and a quality start with no runs. So right here, Michael Wacha, he's got some decent stuff. Even though last few seasons it looked like he was done before Boston with the New York Mets and the Tampa Bay Rays, but the last couple seasons he's turned it around so far as Wacha. And right now, surprisingly, out there in 84% of fantasy leagues, he's with one of the best teams in all Major League Baseball. Great offense that's going to back him up. And he's a guy to go out there and get. He's going to give you innings at minimum, and he's going to be in most ball games where he's going to have a chance to win. So right now, one of the better pickups on the wire this week here. I would definitely go out there and get Michael Wacha. The next guy's Kyle Freeland of the Colorado Rockies. So Freeland, he's out there in tons of fantasy leagues, surprisingly, after getting off to a hot start. Right now, out there in 66% of leagues. So far in the season for Freeland, 12 2/3, 2-0 record, 6 strikeouts, no ERA, and 0.79 whip, and 2 quality starts. So he's definitely going out there and pitching great baseball is Kyle Freeland. And I know it's early in the season. I know things could change, but he's had a tough matchup at the Padres and then versus the Washington Nats, and so far he's shown up and he's played great baseball. March 31st at San Diego, 6 innings, got the win, a strikeout at 0.67 whip and a quality start, no runs in that one. And April 6th versus Washington, 6 2/3, got the win in that one, 5 Ks, no runs, 0.90 whip and a quality start. So right now, pitching good. His next outing's April 11th versus a pretty solid St. Louis Cardinal offense. But right now, he's got to be paid attention more to his Kyle Freeland in fantasy leagues, because he's going out there, like I mentioned, and putting up good ball games, and definitely a guy to go out there and get this week. The next pitcher is Johnny Brito of the New York Yankees. So Brito, one of their top prospects in the system here is Brito, and he's going out there, opportunity in the starting rotation for this Yankee team, and we'll see what that could happen. Obviously, he's got a good offense behind him. Definitely a tough division he's in, though, is Brito. But on the season so far, 10 innings, 2-0 record, 8 strikeouts, 0.90 ERA, and an 0.80 whip. So right now, he's going out there, and he's looked pretty decent so far, is Brito. Outings for him, April 2nd versus San Francisco, 5 innings, got the win, 6 strikeouts, 0.60 whip in that ball game, no runs given up. And April 8th at Baltimore, 5 innings, got the win in that one, 2 strikeouts, a 1.80 ERA, and a 1 whip. So right now he's going out there, he's keeping the ball on the ground, he's getting his outs. Not a huge strikeout pitcher is Brito, but right now he's getting the job done. And like I said, he's got a good offense behind him in New York, where he's going to get opportunities to get wins and pitch a decent amount of innings. And right now he's out there in 70% of fantasy leagues. The next guy, Mackenzie Gore, the Washington Nationals. So Mackenzie Gore, obviously, he was a top prospect for the San Diego Padres, but he was in the blockbuster deal for Juan Soto last season. And Mackenzie Gore, another guy out there in tons of leagues at 75%. I know this national team's not going to score a lot of runs. I know he's not going to get a lot of wins, but he's definitely a guy that's a quality starter to go out there and get on your wire. 11 1/3 so far, 2-0 record, 12 strikeouts, a 2.38 ERA, a 1.24 whip, and a quality start so far for Gore on the season. So his first 2 outings versus 2 pretty decent offenses. Obviously, the Braves are loaded, and then the Rockies, a middle of the pack offense, but to beat them in Coors Field is pretty impressive. April 2nd versus Atlanta, 5 1/3, got the win, 6 Ks, 1.69 ERA in that one, a 1.31 whip. And April 7th at the Rockies in that game, 6 innings, got the win, 6 Ks, 3 ERA, a 1.17 whip, and a quality start. So right now his next outing is April 12th at the Los Angeles Angels. Another team where I think he could go in there and have a decent outing. We know they got Trout and Ohtani, but so far, pretty much no one else on that team is really taking off and hitting. So Mackenzie Gore right now, like I said, out there in 75% of fantasy leagues, and he's definitely a guy that can help fantasy owners with ERA and just pitching good baseball and having strikeouts as well. He's not going to get many wins, but everything else I think he'll be pretty decent at. The next guy is Bryce Elder of the Atlanta Braves. So Bryce Elder, this Brave team trying to find the fourth and fifth starter so far in their rotation with injuries and guys underperforming. So on the season, one outing only, got the win, 6 innings in that one, 6 strikeouts, 0.83 whip at the St. Louis Cardinals. So right now we know this Brave team is going to be one of the best teams in the league. He's going to get tons of runs of support, no doubt about it, Elder. And he's got a pretty decent, is Bryce Elder tonight here versus the Cincinnati Reds. We could go out there and he could get some quality innings and pitch good baseball. So right now he's available in tons of fantasy leagues here, is Bryce Elder, in 94% of leagues. So right now he's on a good team, like I mentioned. He's going to go 5-6 innings, hopefully. And like I said, he's going to get the run support. He's going to get a chance to go deeper into ball games since he's a younger pitcher. And right now I like him as an ad. This week, the next guy, Pierce Johnson of the Colorado Rockies. So we know Daniel Bard went on the injured list, and we don't know when he's going to come back. So Pierce Johnson's getting an opportunity as the closer right now for this team. And he's going out there and so far looking decent for this Colorado Rocky team. On the season, 3 innings, 0-0 record, 2 saves, 7 strikeouts, a 3 ERA, and a 1.33 whip. So we know the Rockies not a great team, obviously, but a save is a save here, and you don't need to be on a great team to get maybe 2 or 3 saves per week here. So Pierce Johnson, March 31st at San Diego, pitched an inning, got the save in that one, 2 strikeouts, clean inning. April 4th at the Dodgers, an inning in that one, 3 Ks, gave up a run, 2 hits in that one. And then April 6th versus Washington, 1 inning in that one, closed them out with the save and 2 Ks. So right now, if you need some saves, Pierce Johnson's the guy who's getting an opportunity. And like I said, so far in the year, we going 2 saves, not bad in a week and a half here. And right now, he's available in 59% of fantasy leagues here, is Johnson. Next guy, Zach Eflin of the Tampa Bay Rays. So Zach Eflin got a nice contract from the Tampa Bay Rays, one of the highest, if not the highest, deals they ever signed a free agent to, and so far he's off to a solid start. 11 innings, 2-0 record, 12 Ks, 3.27 ERA, 1.18 whip, and a quality start so far in the early going for Eflin, with 2 pretty easy matchups though versus a weak Detroit Tiger offense and then an Oakland Athletic team. April 1st versus the Tigers, 5 innings, got the win, 5 Ks, 1.80 ERA, 0.80 whip. And April 7th versus the Athletics, 6 innings, got the win, 7 Ks, 4.50 ERA, 1.50 whip, and a quality start. So right now, Eflin, like I said, he got a major deal from this Tampa Bay Ray team after leaving Philly, and he's going to get an opportunity, and we've seen him be a decent 5-6 inning pitcher on and off throughout his career. So right now, April 12th, a decent matchup coming up for him versus the Boston Red Sox, where I think he could go 5 or 6 innings, 2 or 3 runs, give you a quality start, and have a chance to win. And he also qualifies as a reliever as well. So if you want to carry a closer and you want to carry an extra starter, Eflin's definitely a guy you could do that with. And right now, he's available in 46% of fantasy leagues, and I would go out there and get him. Next guy's Tyler McGill of the New York Mets, and McGill filling in for an injured Justin Verlander, who thinks he could come back before the end of April. But so far, McGill's been off to a pretty solid start in the early going. 11 innings, 2-0 record, 10 Ks, 1.64 ERA, 1.18 whip, and a quality start. So right now, McGill's next outing will be a tough one, though, no doubt about it. April 12th versus San Diego Padres. But the first 2 outings, gone out there versus a weak Miami Marlin offense, and he's done well. April 1st at the Marlins, 5 innings, got the win, 7 Ks, 3.60 ERA, 1.60 whip. And April 7th versus the Marlins, once again, 6 innings, got the win, 3 Ks, no runs given up, 0.83 whip, and a quality start. So right here, this Met team, they've been beating up on the Marlins in the early going, but they got swept by the Brewers. And we'll see the next outing versus a real legit offense like the Padres, what McGill could do. So right now, available in tons of leagues at 72%. If you don't like the matchup, obviously, versus the Padres, I don't blame you. But pitching's hard to find, obviously, in fantasy baseball. And so far, McGill has been doing a pretty decent job in the first 2 outings. The next guy's Wade Miley, the Milwaukee Brewers. So Wade Miley, a decent offseason signing. I know he's bounced around the league over the last 3 or 4 seasons on 3 teams here is Wade Miley. But right now, out there, 97% of fantasy leagues, and he's got a good offense backing him over there, obviously, in Milwaukee. So in his first outing of the year versus the New York Mets, 6 innings, got the win, 3 Ks, no runs, and 0.83 whipping that one, and a quality start. So right here, his next outings versus one of his former teams at the Arizona Diamondbacks here tonight. Here is Wade Miley. And Miley, like I said, he's got a good offense behind him. He's a guy that's definitely eaten innings in his career here, and now he's got a decent matchup versus a weaker hitting Arizona offense. So right now he's out there in tons of leagues, like I said, in 97%, and he's a guy I definitely would give a chance to right now on the wire is Wade Miley. This week, and the final pitcher I looked at on the wire this week here is Roansy Contreras of the Pittsburgh Pirates. So one of their top prospects coming up through the system last season. I think Contreras did a pretty decent job. Obviously, he's only a 5-6 inning pitcher at best, but he's a guy that keeps the ball in the ballpark. He's a guy that pitches to a lot of ground balls, and I know he don't have a great offense backing him, and he's on one of the worst teams in the league with the Pittsburgh Pirates, but he's definitely a guy that I think I would give an opportunity to, and he's out there in 75% of fantasy leagues. So on the season, 5 2/3 so far. Got the win, 2 Ks, 1.59 ERA, and an 0.71 whip at the Boston Red Sox. So his next outings here today, very tough matchup versus the championship Houston Astros here for Roansy Contreras. But like I said, he's a guy that surprisingly keeps the ball in the ballpark. He's not going to go deep into games, but the ERA will be respectable. So right now, if you need a guy who's just going to eat some innings and be decent for your ERA and whip, Contreras is a guy that can help fantasy owners, I believe. And he's a guy to get this week. So that's a few pitchers I look to add here in the beginning of the season here for week 2 of the fantasy baseball season.